Hello and welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've got two bits of news for you today. Knight Rider Reboot by Spyglass Media Group and James Wan. Two prongs to that information, one's good and one is bad. And secondly, we'll be taking a look at Avatar. Yes, we've got some Avatar 2 news for you today. Quite interesting. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Some interesting images have been revealed of the vehicles. They do actually show a massive departure from the original, and we'll get to that in a second, and I think you'll agree with me. And again, it's kind of, I'll put it out into this forum on this platform of whether you guys think that is good news or bad news. Now, if you don't remember this kind of format, it is a wrap-up style video, bits of information, bits of news that can't make it into their own feature videos, so I just compile them together and we just talk about it like this. So if you're new to this and you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit like, all that crap, all that good stuff. But we'll dive into it, right? So, Knight Rider. Knight Rider feature in the works. Now, this is good news and bad news. Now, the good news part of it is that it's from James Wan, right? He is someone that most people would go, yeah, okay, I'm intrigued to see what he comes up with. Now, the bad side of it is actually where it's coming from, so Spyglass Media Group. Now, Spyglass Media Group was formerly Spyglass Entertainment. They did a lot of stuff. They have done a lot of stuff. Never major big budget things. Never anything that you'd go, oh, Spyglass, huge. We know them. They're great. More from them. However, they are handling the Hellraiser movie reboot. If the lawsuit from Clive Barker doesn't get in the way, which a previous video, I'll leave it linked above, seems to indicate from all of my sources. Now, that project does actually sound reasonably good. It does sound like it's going to be good from what I have known from my sources. This, I don't know. They're starting to bite off more than they can chew, I believe. They have, they're themselves as a studio, but then also we've got Knight Rider, we've got the Hellraiser one, and then we also have Scream. So there's a few projects underway here from a relatively new studio, someone that they're not doing anything yet. So this does sound somewhat concerning to me. And again, James Wan is the semi-positive part of this. But let's dive into the report from Deadline. I'll leave this link down below, and then of course links to the other things that I've covered will be left down below as well. So, also, excuse me, it's really, really hot in the UK, so excuse the attire. Apologies. And again, whenever I say it's hot in the UK, people go, yeah, but try living in blah, blah, blah. We don't have AC in our houses, guys. We don't have AC, so our houses get red hot. But anyway, so exclusive. This is Deadline's exclusive. They had the exclusive on Hellraiser as well. It would seem that they've got people inside Spyglass Media Group. What do you reckon? I reckon so. But anyway, the exclusive to Deadline is Spyglass Media Group has teamed up with Atomic Monsters' James Wan and Michael Clear to develop a film based on the 1980s classic series Knight Rider. TJ Fixman, a former video game writer, is adapting the screenplay. Interesting. Let's take a look at TJ Fixman. What has TJ Fixman done? Well, not an awful lot. Nothing which you would go, oh yeah, absolutely 100%. We're going to get him on board. Yes, get him on board. Have him for Knight Rider. It seems a bit of a strange matchup, if you ask me. So let's take a look at TJ Fixman's IMDb or other such associated websites and see exactly what he has done. Okay, so TJ Fixman's IMDb is definitely not going to give you an awful lot of confidence in a Knight Rider adaptation. I don't believe so. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank. Knight Rider, everyone! Ratchet and Clank. Overstrike. Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank. He's not really done anything, sadly. He's not really done anything. So, does seem to be a bit of a weird fit for Knight Rider. But never mind. Let's dive into it. Stranger things have happened. He could be good. Does seem like a strange fit though, but we'll dive into the rest of the report. So created by, obviously, that just goes on to talk about the original series and things like that. But then they go on and say, look, plot details for this latest installment are being kept under wraps, but we hear it will be a present day take that will maintain the anti-establishment tone of the original. Judson Scott will serve as executive producer, and as a video game scribe, it goes on to say Fixman did Ratchet and Clank. Basically that. Now, Fixman has sold a number of scripts, including One Night on the Hudson to Universal Pictures, Brotherhood of Magic to MGM, and Men Who Kill to Fox, with Greg Berlanti producing and Michael B. Jordan starring. But basically, he's not really done anything. Now, that's not to say that he can't be good, FYI. Now, Atomic Monsters has upcoming Malignant and Starlight Media and Midas Innovation, The Conjuring, blah, blah, blah. All the other stuff, right? We don't know whether James Wan is directing. He is just producing it. And then Spyglass Media are distributors. I don't think this is massively great news. I don't think it's hugely positive by any stretch of the imagination. But hey, there you go. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Now, let's take a look over on the gram. This is John Landau. Big producer in Hollywood, big time producer. Now, obviously, they're basically going back and they are now shooting Avatar 2. I believe it has started production again in New Zealand, and he started to tweet out some images of the vehicles. Now, I think this is really interesting because I view this as a quite a large departure from what we had already seen in the first one. Very much creature based, and we didn't have that, did we? It was creature or native versus man and machine, wasn't it? That's the vibe I got. But this is apparently a new thing. So the crab suit, a human driven multifunction submersible, one of the many new RDA vehicles that will be seen in the Avatar sequels. I want one. There you go. Again, not really much to dive into with this one. I just think it's a bit of a departure. Again, I always... If you're going to do it, right, you choose creatures that you'd think were better than, a humanoid sort of creature. Crab, I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I just think it's too much of a departure from the original, but it is dependent on the tone that they're going for, whether they're going to go for, again, native versus man and machine. Because they even had, I think what I quite like, because I quite liked Avatar. I mean, it's one of those movies that's throwaway. I don't watch it. I think I've watched it like twice and that's it. But what I did like about it was that you had the polar opposites. You did have, humanity in human-like machines, the big exoskeleton suits and things like that, the mechas or the mechs. And I thought they looked really cool. And I liked that going up against natives, just natives on actual animals. So I quite liked that as as something which is different here and there. This one, whatever. It's neither good nor bad. I quite like the design. I can see how it would work there, with the back big propeller blade and how it all kind of folds in. It looks cool. Bit of a departure. But I hand on over to you. What do you think? Please do let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thank you all so much. Take care.